Welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how I design vinyl stickers using CRICUT Design Space. So just open up CRICUT Design Space and you'll get this page, and then you want to do new project. Now you want to go over to text and open up a text box, so just click on it and then type in the word, the name, the number, whatever it is that you're going to cut out. So this is a mascot, gators. And then I go over to the right and click duplicate. But you can just open up another text box. It doesn't matter. It's just habit for me to hit duplicate. So whatever you want to do. Now I'm doing the name of the school. And it's a very long name, and actually was too long for the mom. So I ended up just cutting out GCP, and you'll see that later. I'm not worrying about the fonts yet. I'm just I like to go ahead and put up everything that I need to cut out, every name, every word. I don't, not the images, not like balls and yeah, like I'll do some soccer balls and some cross country that I'll show you later on in the video. But right now I just focus on the names, words, numbers, stuff like that. You'll notice I'm not doing her name. The reason is because I did a cutout of her name on the flower, which I also videoed, and you will be seeing that soon as well. If you notice my voice is going out, it's because this is my third attempt at voiceovering this video. And if I sound a little annoyed, it's with myself and with iMovie, so don't take it personally, please. Okay, so with each name, each word, each number, I go through and search different fonts. I do not have it in my head usually what font I want to use. I do have some favorites, so I will a lot of times click on those. But I find that each mom is different. Of course, I want them to look all different, but I may like a font for Stephanie, but then for Addie, I don't like that font. So I like to go through and check different fonts and find one that I really like. What I do know is that with the mascot, that's going to be something that's really shown on a ribbon. Like it's going to be, you know, like GCP is going to be smaller and off to the side on a ribbon, but Gators is going to be big. I want to make it chunky and big, and I want it to really stand out. So I know I want a chunky fonts. I'm really focusing on chunky fonts. Now I try to bookmark all my favorite fonts, whether they are from on CRICUT Design Space or the ones that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica, or the ones, well, I don't think Canva ones will show up. No, they won't. I'm sorry. I do like a lot of fonts from Canva. I used a lot last year, so you can use those too, but you'll have to go ahead, I believe you'll have to go ahead and just make the name or whatever on Canva and then save it and then pull it up on CRICUT. So because I wasn't using CRICUT last year when I used Canva. I had my scan and cut, so it's different. So now I'm going through with Gateway College Prep and finding some different fonts, seeing which one I like. And you could see as I'm clicking them, you can see the different font names that I'm using. And like I said, a lot of those are going to be from Creative Fabrica. There's a link in the description if you're curious to go over there and check that out. I do a yearly subscription now. I used to do a monthly, but you can also, I'm pretty sure you can just buy like individual things if you want. So what I'm doing here is I'm offsetting it just a little bit to make the letters a little bit chunkier. I did not like that. It was too much. So I am now spacing out the letters, because you have to be careful when you offset the letters. A lot of times you'll end up connecting the letters. So my usual go-to for offsetting the letters to make them thicker is 0.03. That's what I normally use. That's not what I use every time, but most of the time. You'll just have to play around with it. And when you click and when you change the number like that, you need to press return. I keep saying enter. I'll say enter, but I mean return. And then press the green button apply before it'll work. Otherwise it won't work. And I push that down to the side because I'm not sure I like that one or not. So I'm just kind of playing around. You see the one on the bottom was a little too chunky, so I'm deleting it. Now I like that one. So I moved the original one down to the bottom. The reason why I moved it down to the bottom is because if I delete that original one, when I click on the offset version, it will not show me what fonts I used. So you may want to use, or save, I'm sorry, you may want to save the original one down at the bottom to make sure that you can go, so you can go back and look at the name of the font. But when you go to cut it out, make sure that you hide that one, otherwise you're going to cut them both out, and that'll be annoying. So if you want to know, you want to go back and look at the name of the font that you used, save the original one. And I'm just playing around with different ones. This is honestly the process I go through with the mums. I'm checking a bunch of different fonts to see which one that really catches my eye and which one I really like. So when I have told y'all in the past that I spend a lot of time on the stickers, this is what I was talking about. I know a lot of people don't want to do this, and that is fine. But with my mini mums, the stickers, the fonts, that is one of the things that makes it stand out. And so I want to make sure I spend time on their mum and time on their stickers and make it look as cute as possible. Now, of course, there are some fonts that I'll use over and over again, like with the guys of mums, or at the name of the school. A lot of times, especially on the guys' mums, I'll use, like, I think I have one that's called Sport and one that's called Varsity. They're very similar. So I use those over and over again a lot because it is that kind of sports font that you see on the back of jerseys and stuff. So I do like to use that on the guys a lot of times, especially with either their name or the Gators, or whatever mascot it is. And I'm still playing around with that Gateway College Prep. I couldn't decide, but now I'm going to offset this one just like I said before, and just try very, very small offsets. I wish I could take credit for figuring this out, but TJ at TJ's Magic Touch is the one that gave me this tip. So smart. Never would have thought of it. So it has saved me so many times with so many stickers and with custom cutouts and stuff. Blew my mind. So go check out TJ's page or channel if you have not yet. You see, I saved the original down at the bottom. I say save, I mean I just pushed it down at the bottom because I'm not doing anything with it. But it will, when I go to make it, it will go over to that page, so you will have to click on the three dots and press hide selected, so it won't cut out. Now, this is the one I ended up using for class of 2024. I thought it was really pretty, and it's pretty, but it's fun too at the same time. Now for number 14, I want to make this chunky as well. This was, she played soccer, and that was her number, so I want it to stand out. So I'm playing with different chunky fonts. You see, this is a long process, and I go through this again with every mum. Now, Design Space has tons of fonts if you just want to use their fonts. Some of my favorites are the BFC fonts. So if you just type in BFC when you're searching the fonts, there's a ton of them, and some of them are chunky and some of them are thin. They got a bunch of different ones, but those are some of my favorites. Now I'm clicking soccer, and I always bookmark my favorite ones, so I can just click on saved and not have to scroll through tons and tons of soccer stuff. I like that one because it's a little bit chunkier, because all the individual lines are chunkier, so it's going to cut out better. And then of course you want to make everything the same color. That way it cuts out on the same mat. And here you see I had done that gateway in green. That was another way to let me know this is not the one you want to cut out. Okay, so I want to cut out something cross country because she was also in cross country, but I couldn't find anything on Design Space, so I downloaded something from FABRICA. So I'm just showing you how I'm going to get that from my computer. I have a MacBook Pro, so this is the process off of it. Just the simple cross country with the arrow going through it. And I think you could click simple or moderate. If I don't know, I'll just click on moderate usually. It's a pretty simple design. The background is already transparent, so I don't have to worry about removing the background. Just move on to the next page and click Cut Image. And you see, I had already done it earlier, but I wanted to show you guys the process of that. So click on that, click the green button. Now it is humongous. I don't know why it does that. If you guys have any tips on how to bring it in without it being humongous, I would love that tip, please. It may be the version that I saved from Creative Fabrica. I don't know. I'm not good about that kind of stuff. And you see it comes up black when everything else was gray, so you have to change the color too. So let me share with you, now at this point I've already cut these out. And hold on, I need to put a pause in here so you guys know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm slowing the rest of the video way down so I can explain what I was doing. I wanted to offset the cross country too to make it a little bit chunkier because of the arrow is very, very thin. So you see I barely offset it and it looked better. But when I went to cut these out, because at this point I've already cut these stickers out, I just went back and recorded this for you guys for the video purposes. But that day, for some reason on Design Space, it would not save the offset. It would not allow me to change it. So I ended up cutting them exactly how they were, and they were fine. It cut out fine, but I had wanted to offset it a little bit, and that's how. So I wanted to show you guys how you could do that and how you can make the image just a little bit chunkier. And then I did end up resizing it. You know, you click the unlock button where the sizing is on the font or whatever the image is, and I made it a little bit taller and a little bit not as wide. So, and it was, like I said, it was fine. It cut out fine. The stickers turned out great. I actually should add in a picture of the mum, and I had not done this, so I think I will add that in now. So here you go. It is a 4-inch mini mum. Like I said, a custom cutout name, and then there's how I did the stickers and a fun heart-shaped chain. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please do that. Don't forget to tap that bell for notifications on my uploads, live streams, and premieres. I upload new videos just about every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Click this link right here to subscribe to my channel. Here is my most recent upload. Here is a playlist. Here is a playlist I think you will enjoy, and here is one more video. Here is one more video I think you will enjoy.